My name's Justin Butcher. I'm a British playwright, and in 2009, in response to the attack on Gaza, I was moved, provoked, inspired to try to make a piece of theatre in response to Operation Cast Lead. So I put the word out to my network, and there was a huge groundswell of support saying, yes, you should do this, and we want to help you. And also, within a few days, I was put in touch with Ahmed Masoud, now my dear friend and collaborator, Ahmed from Gaza, and he, of course, had the experience at that time of witnessing all the television footage and even seeing members of his family on news items and constantly trying to communicate with them to see how they were managing under the attack. So it was an extraordinary time that brought us together and a sort of a moment of opportunity as artists, I suppose, to create a piece of work, but out of this terrible crisis for you and your family.
Indeed, it was a very difficult time because Gaza and my home was being bombed completely. Every single street that I knew was being bombed. Quite a lot of people were killed and injured, including people that I knew personally. So it was a really difficult time for me in 2008, 2009. And I was really glad that we met then, because it was my only way of expressing my views, and my support to my people was through creating that piece, that artistic creation of expressing what we felt about the situation in Gaza and the whole injustice as well. So in a way, it was quite therapeutic in a sense, and I think without it, I don't know what I would have done, to be honest.
Yeah.
I am Ahmed Masoud. I'm a writer and director from Gaza and from Palestine in the Gaza Strip, and I've been one of the lucky ones who actually live here in London, but I have all my family back home in Gaza, and I'm constantly worried about them. Last year was a huge, obviously, onslaught in Gaza in July, and my family were in a very, very big danger. As I said, I'm lucky to be able to express myself through art, which is a good way of resistlessness. As my main mission is to promote Palestinian culture. So in 2005, I started a Palestinian theatre group here in London called Azaytuna, and now is one of the most prominent groups, dance groups outside Palestine. And we've toured many countries, European countries. And our main mission and aim is to talk about the beautiful side of Palestine, the dance, the music, the food, the culture, etc., etc. But I'm also a writer. I've just published my first novel, here it is, which has a lot of stuff about Gaza that goes even far into the 80s, 90s, and also the 2000s, so taking people through a journey. It's about a boy who's looking for his father in Gaza, and at the age of 8 in the 80s, he decides to take on a detective role to become the investigator of what happened to the mysterious disappearance of his father. So he goes into a journey which endangers his own life. He has to make difficult choices in order to be able to find out information. The novel is not about the politics at all. On the contrary, it's more about how people respond to the situation itself. So it's about the complexity of the family relationships, etc.
So that play that we created together in 2009 was called Go to Gaza, Drink the Sea, after a famous phrase of Arafat. Yeshabnim Bahar Gaza, I think was the phrase, wasn't it? If they don't like it, they can go to Gaza and drink the sea. And it provoked quite a reaction. I mean, partly because it was one of only two theatre responses to the conflict. Carol Churchill did the other. And that's quite a bit of controversial reaction too, of course. And we then took it to Edinburgh the following summer. And at that time, you were trapped in Gaza because you made this epic, very dangerous journey because your mum was very ill at the time, your wife was pregnant with your first child, you had this terrible dilemma, should you go, what if you got caught there, trapped there, and couldn't come back. So we were then producing our play in Edinburgh, you were trapped in Gaza, and and that journey, which you draw on in the novel, became the basis of the radio play which we did together, Escape from Gaza. And can you remember the reaction of your family when they got to hear the radio play?
They were really pleased to see it broadcasted on a mainstream media, but also they found it extremely emotional to see such a what we would consider a normal journey, because that's what happens, that's normality, that's life in there, to become such a dramatic episode that is broadcasted in the mainstream British media. And we're really grateful for everybody who's helped make it, really.